Hey, hey, soccer fans, welcome to another edition of the Thorns Show. I'm Ann Schatz and delighted to have Sophia Smith in the house. Sophia, thank you for joining us. Busy week for you, so thank you for taking the time.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Heck yeah. All right, you and the club just concluding the Women's International Champions Cup at Providence Park. The Thorns with that huge 1-0 win over Lyon in the championship match. It was so cool, the world getting to see two of the great powerhouses in women's soccer. What was that experience like for you, Sophia?
It was awesome. I mean, it's always cool to face a new opponent that we haven't seen before, and an opponent that, you know, kind of plays a different style of soccer than we've seen all season. So it was cool, and it was exciting to do it in front of, you know, our fans in our home stadium. It was exciting and awesome, and a cool new challenge.
You know, it was neat to see how you guys showcased so many varieties of play and skill sets. You had the depth, the resilience, PK and late game magic to beat Houston, then Lyon. Finding ways to win. Why is that the mantra that fits so well with the team this year?
Because I think it's in everything that we do. We're doing it every single day in practice, in any single drill that we do, even if it's just for fun. You know, we want to win. And if you don't, you're pissed. And it's, you know, it probably ruins the day. But I think it's just, at this point, it's just in our nature to do whatever we need to win. So.
You know, you look at where you are right now, having just captured that trophy, if you will. And I understand the shield is still out there. The playoffs seem like a million miles away. But, you know, you win the NWSL Challenge Cup, and that was back in May. Then you just win this wonderful title, if you will. Why is this important for the club moving forward, these two championships?
I think any championship just says a lot about a club. And, you know, it's one thing to have a lot of talent, but it's another thing to put that into action and to really make it all come together. And that's what you have to do to win a championship. So I think it's huge for the club, and I think this one especially shows that we are just as good, if not better, as, you know, any league in the world. So yeah, any championship is huge. It's awesome to win and to add another trophy to the trophy case.
Obviously, we're just past the halfway point in the NWSL regular season. As far as takeaways, where the club is in your head and heart right now as you head into a very busy stretch, what do you come up with?
We're in a really good place. I mean, I think we are very, very proud of what we've done so far, but we always know that there's room to grow. We're never satisfied. And we always want more, which I think it's scary because we've done a lot, but we still can do so much more. And I think that's just kind of our mindset going to each game is how can we get better from the last game? What are the little things that, you know, weren't really coming together? How can we make those things come together? And what do we need to work on in practice leading into games to make sure that we're getting better, you know, every time we step out on the field. Okay.
Take a deep breath, Sophia, because now we're going to put you a little bit on the hot seat, all right? Mm-hmm. We call this segment Know Your Teammate. Yeah, I got you. We're going to ask you 5 questions about your Thorns running mate and good friend, Dunn. Now, here's how it works. I fire off the questions. We'll fire off the answers. There are 5 of them, one at a time. And Crystal, who collaborated with us just yesterday, will chime in to let you know if you were right or wrong. But before we get started, Crystal has a little prediction as to how
Is Crystal here?
Yeah, Crystal.
I'm gonna change my answer. She better get 4 out of 5.
Okay, so you know I know the questions, so I think 4 out of 5 would be pretty darn good. So
yeah,
you ready?
No.
Okay, well, clock's ticking. Here we go. So get ready, baby. All right. If you were to ask Crystal Dunn, Crystal, where are you from? What neck of the woods? I'll even give you a home state. What would she say?
She's from New York. Jersey. Oh, something island.
There.
Long Island.
Raffles Center, New York.
You were on that. All right. Here's a gimme. Where did Crystal go to college?
North Carolina.
I went to UNC.
2 for 2. Okay. What was Crystal's first professional team?
I'm gonna say Washington.
Stop right there. Stop right there.
First professional team was Washington Spirit.
3 for 3. I got it. Yeah, I got you. Ding, ding, ding. Winner, winner. All right. What club did Crystal play for overseas?
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Goodness, you're right. Okay, now you're 4 for 4, so you can tell Crystal that you just mopped up. Here's one that's going to be kind of tough, maybe not. Well, I'll ask you, are you an animal lover?
I love all animals.
Great. What are the names? Just give me one name of one of Crystal's cats.
The oldest one's name is Zara.
Oh gosh. Okay, so my cat is Zara, Fendi, and Celine.
Yes!
I only know that because she's always like Queen Zara.
Well, Queen Zara just gave you a 5 for 5, baby.
Wow.
How about that? 5 for flipping 5.
I'm proud of myself.
Well,
I thought I was gonna get 0.
I thought you were going to get 2. You were a little shaky starting out with the long, that part. But you rallied and recovered very well. Nicely done.
She like owes me like a coffee date for knowing her so well.
Just tell her, and you've got witnesses, that you were 5 for 5. All right?
Okay.
We're moving on. We're moving on. That wasn't so bad. You were awesome. We're going to keep the momentum going. This is one of my favorite parts because the next segment is called Extra Time. And this is where we get to get inside your head and heart. We're going to go under the hood a little bit. You know, soccer fans are well aware of what you did at Stanford and how the Thorns traded up to make you their number 1 pick in the 2020 NWSL draft. You seem to be hitting an absolutely brilliant and wonderful stride after dealing with some injuries that occasionally kept you out of the lineup. Does it feel that way from a vantage point? Am I onto something?
It definitely feels that way. I think coming into this environment, obviously, you know, COVID had just started. Yep. I had a few injuries here and there. The season was, you know, it wasn't normal. And it was, it was tough for me. And I think I finally, you know, found my place within the team. And, you know, I've been staying healthy. I've been doing everything I need to do. And yeah, I feel really, really good mentally and physically, and just gonna, you know, try to keep that going.
You know, I go back to your first professional goal against Utah. That was in 2020. But then this past May, you had that brace against Chicago, that rocket against Orlando in July. And right after that Orlando match, the quickest goal in Thorns history, 32 seconds in, barely even sitting down most of the fans, and boom, you score. I'm just throwing out a couple of low-hanging fruit, memorable moments. Do those resonate with you, or is it your unbelievable run of play, match experience, some of the stuff that doesn't even show up in the score sheet that sticks with you the most?
Yes, I think goals are special. It's what everyone, you know, hears about, talks about. But I think personally for me, it's my play when I don't have the ball. Sometimes it's my movement off the ball. It's my thought process. It's all of those things that I think I've grown significantly in since I got here to Portland. So it's the things that I think people don't necessarily really pay attention to, but I myself am, you know, excited about how much better I've gotten in those areas. And I think even more so than the goals, that's something to, you know, be excited about, because it means I'm continuing to grow.
You seem to have a special connection with former or a fellow yearling, Morgan Weaver. Obviously, she's been a little banged up, came off the bench and had that huge goal against Lyon. But the combinations that you guys have been able to create, the synchronicity seems really special. You Pac-12 rivals now on the same club. It seems pretty special.
It is special. And I think it's really cool because we haven't played together that much, but every single time we do, it's like we've been playing together for years. And I think that, that is tribute to, our chemistry off the field. We're super close and good friends, and I think we just read each other really well. I feel like I always know where she's going to be when I have the ball, and vice versa. So she's, someone I love to play with.
You were certainly on Vlatko's radar when it came to determining the U.S. roster for the Tokyo Olympics. So close. How do you turn that so close scenario into a fuel for you to keep grinding? I know one of the goals for you is to make that U.S. national team for the Olympics, World Cup, et cetera. What's the fuel to keep you going?
Not making the roster. I think,
okay.
Obviously that's, it was really frustrating. It's disappointing. I always put aside my age. I don't think, I think age is just a number. I don't think that should ever determine if you look at Olivia, that shouldn't determine if someone's, ready or not. So it was frustrating. And I think I used every part of that to, show up every single day and want to get better and work on the things that maybe were the reason that I wasn't selected for that roster. And I think when things like that happen, athletes can react one of two ways. And, one is to let it completely, destroy you, and that's the end. And the other is to, let it make you better and let it make you want to just keep grinding and do more.
Did you allow yourself a little grief? Did you allow, and I'm not talking about a pity party. What I'm talking about is, did you let it soak in, let yourself grieve a little bit, and then say, okay, time to get to work? Or how did that play out for you?
Yeah, I think I gave it about a day.
Okay.
Before I was back, training, and I put it aside, and, at that point I couldn't change anything. It was what it was. And all I could do was, focus on myself and the Thorns and how we can move forward from here, because I knew that I still had a job to do, and it's to be very present with the team that was here and continuing to play games with the club. So, yeah, I definitely was sad about it, but I didn't let it affect, what I was trying to do.
No question. I'm going to shift gears a little bit as we continue to talk about the Thorns. From the outside looking in, there appears to be a certain joy factor that the Thorns bring to the pitch, a joy in competing with and for each other. Could that be an intangible that might be your club's secret sauce?
Absolutely. I think it's so much fun to run your butt off for your teammates. And I've been on a lot of teams, and it's not always the case. But I think we've built a culture here that makes everyone want to do everything that they can for their teammate right beside them. That's huge. I don't think every team can say that. I don't think every team has that same culture on and off the field. And I think, like I said earlier, we build that every day in training. We're not training at 80% and then playing at, 100%. We're training at 100% every day in every drill, so that when we get to the game, it's, it's muscle memory. It's just what we do at that point.
And it seems like you guys genuinely like each other. I know that sounds kind of silly, but gee whiz, you don't have that, and, you leave some points on the field. Absolutely.
I think I've been on a lot of teams where everyone doesn't like each other, and, you learn to put that aside, but it's not the same thing. It's always there. But I think this team, everyone genuinely loves each other. And that's why we fight for each other on the field.
Sophia, you saw firsthand and played firsthand as your club adapted so well to the absence of the Olympians that were in Tokyo for their respective countries. Your club is now back to full speed for the first time, I think, since like early July. I don't know. Do you integrate? Do you light switch the integration, or does that take a while as those players came back and are coming back?
I don't think it will take a while. I think the international players that we have are very aware, of what we've been doing in their absence, and realize that, they just need to come in and join that, not disrupt it. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's huge. And I think the players that we have will do that and can do that, and are aware of that. And I think, it's awesome to have them back, and it's exciting to put all the pieces together, but still continue on the same path that we've been on, regardless of who's here and who's not. I think our whole team has the same mindset.
Mm-hmm.
No matter who's on the field, we're always going to go out there and be the Thorns, regardless of if they're coming back from the Olympics or if they've been here. So honestly, I think it's exciting, and I think our team doesn't have, that stress to worry about, because I think everyone, will do what they need to do to make sure that we keep winning games.
You guys remain solidly atop the table in the NWSL. The unbeaten streak goes all the way back to late June. But, another tough stretch awaits you guys. I think 3 league games in the next 11 days. Again, you don't light switch this ability to just answer the bell match after match. And yet you guys find a way with different lineups, different people rising to the occasion. How are you able to do that? Or is it the culture you've been talking about?
It's all of that. It just goes to show how special this group really is. A lot of teams couldn't do this, couldn't play this many games in this short amount of time and win them. And I think, a lot of people don't see the work that we put in off the field when it comes to training and to recovery, and all of those things go into allowing us to be able to play all these games and play it at a high level and win, and get the result we want. So I think it's a lot of things that, our club is doing really, right to allow us to keep doing this.
Your club has proven to be great front runners. You've been piling up a ton of clean sheets. You've had leads that you've played with and protected and come away with points. But I also love how your club is finding ways to come back. There's a grittiness, there's a persistence, there's a perseverance. How critical is that for you, knowing that, yeah, it's great to have a lead, but you're never out of anything if you have to come back?
Yeah, I think it's the fight that we have. We don't want to lose. We don't want to, be chasing a game, but if we are, we know how to adjust and how to come back. And it's all these different scenarios that, games present us that we've figured out how to adapt and be flexible and still continue to play Thorns soccer, which is what, has allowed us to be so successful.
Man, how much fun are you having? Healthy, on the pitch, meaningful minutes, everywhere. I mean, you have been everywhere. I would kill to see your GPS tracker after these matches. How much fun are you having, girl?
Oh, I mean, I honestly can say this is like the happiest I've been in a long time, because I'm just healthy, playing. Our team's doing well. I love my team. I love the staff. I love Portland. The fans are, you don't get any better than the fans here. So it's all good.
This is a perfect storm for you in terms of the Thorns trading up to get you exactly where they needed to have you, and that was that number 1 slot. Knock on wood, it's been a match made in heaven. Would you agree?
Yes, it absolutely has. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
That's a great answer. And before we let you go, you do have witnesses to collect that coffee from Crystal Dunn. You were 5 for 5. I'm here for you.
Katie's right here. You're here. And this is being recorded. I can pull it. Crystal.
Oh, yeah. We got you. And don't at all give any thought to the kind of the lame first answer, because you still got it right. But 5 for 5, that counts. And you tell her tomorrow that you're coming for that coffee. Okay?
I'll text her today. Right after this.
Yeah, why wait till tomorrow? You've been an absolute delight. Thank you so much for taking the time, and keep doing what you're doing. Good luck down the stretch. We'll be keeping tabs on you. Go Thorns.
Awesome. Thanks, Ann.